There is a huge medical shortage of oxygen and other supplies, and on the back of this, there is a political face-off that has erupted over the shortage of medical oxygen in the national capital. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has now written a letter to Union Minister Piyush Goyal alleging centre diverted medical oxygen from Delhi shared to other states. In his letter, Chief Minister has urged that it must restore capital's share of medical oxygen and appeal to increase oxygen supply by 700 metric tons. Union Minister Piyush Goyal turned the blame on states for mishandling the demand side for medical oxygen. Moreover, BJP hits out at Kejriwal over the diversion charge. BJP is accusing Delhi Chief Minister of politicizing the oxygen issue, when the fact of the matter is the Delhi Chief Minister is making an appeal for more oxygen to the centre. They're going ahead and questioning why that Kejriwal did not apprise the centre of oxygen situation in the capital when the centre had the states file a report.
आईसीयू बेड्स की खासकर काफ़ी कमी हो गई है। लगभग सारे दिल्ली के आईसीयू बेड्स मिला के 100 से भी कम आईसीयू बेड्स पूरे दिल्ली में बचे हैं। ऑक्सीजन की भी काफ़ी कमी है। कल रात को एक प्राइवेट हॉस्पिटल ने हमें बताया कि उनके यहाँ काफ़ी ज़्यादा कमी हो गई थी, जिसकी वजह से त्रासदी होते होते बची।
बिना भेदभाव के देश के हर राज्य की जो ज़रूरतें हैं उसके हिसाब से मैपिंग की जाती है और अलग अलग प्रदेश को जो जरूरत है मेडिकल ऑक्सीजन की, वो किस प्लांट से आएगा, किस जगह से किधर ट्रांसपोर्ट होगा, इसको पहले देश भर के मैप पे राज्य स्तर पे की जाती है और फिर राज्यों को कहा जाता है कि उसको जिला स्तर पर डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल पे भी मैपिंग करके ऑक्सीजन को उपलब्ध कराया जाए पर्याप्त मात्रा में।
ये जो राजनीति वो अरविंद केजरीवाल जी कर रहे हैं, भारतीय जनता पार्टी इसका सख्त विरोध करती है। अरविंद केजरीवाल जी, आपको जब 4 तारीख को पूछा गया था कि आपकी डिमांड कितनी ऑक्सीजन की, आपने कोई रिकॉग्निशन नहीं भेजी, वहां पे कोई चिट्ठी नहीं भेजी कि आपको आईएनएक्स से कितना ऑक्सीजन चाहिए। तब तो आप सोए हुए थे। अब पूरे हिंदुस्तान में जब ऑक्सीजन की डिमांड है और सप्लाई कम है, आप जानबूझ के राजनीति करते हुए केंद्र को बदनाम करने के लिए इस प्रकार का घिनौना खेल खेल रहे हैं।
Not just Delhi and Maharashtra, Bengal has raised the issue of oxygen cylinders as well. Take a look at the report that is coming in from pole-bound Bengal.
As India continues to grapple with crumbling medical infrastructure amid monster surge in cases, war of words has now erupted between few states and central government over shortage of oxygen supply for COVID patients. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, in a stern letter to Union Minister Piyush Goyal, alleged that the capital's share of oxygen cylinders was being diverted to other states. And not just Delhi, Central and Maharashtra government have also locked horns over alleged shortage of life-saving oxygen. Aghadi government claimed that people are dying in state due to lack of oxygen.
हमें और ऑक्सीजन लगभग 300-400 टन की जरूरत है, जो अन्य राज्यों से लाना पड़ेगा। जब लोग मरते हैं तो कहीं ना कहीं युद्धजन परिस्थिति बन जाती है, तो पूरी फौजी जो हमारा यंत्रणा है उनका भी इस्तेमाल किया जा सकता है ऑक्सीजन लिफ्ट करके पहुंचाने के लिए। तो इन सारी चीजों पे बात करने के लिए मुख्यमंत्री महोदय प्रयास कर रहे हैं।
The minister's remarks come as CM Uddhav dialed PM Modi repeatedly on Saturday for additional supplies. The Maharashtra CM's office claimed that they were told by the PM's team Modi is busy campaigning in Bengal and will call him back. However, the centre has reacted strongly to these allegations.
ऑक्सीजन के लिए भी एक अलग ग्रुप काम कर रहा है। तेजी से सारा देश की समीक्षा भी हो रही है और देश के विविध भाग में सप्लाई चेन को कैसे दुरुस्त करके पहुंचाए और इंपोर्ट भी कैसे करें, उसके लिए भी लगातार सरकार की ओर से विचार विमर्श हो रहा है।
The Modi government's handling of COVID's second wave also drew sharp criticism from Congress chief Sonia Gandhi. During an online meeting of top party leaders on Saturday, Sonia backed states claiming lack of oxygen supply and slammed centre over its mismanagement and unpreparedness.
With Maharashtra being a state which has hit out at the centre, saying the Prime Minister has been not available at the time of crisis, Punjab wants to have its own oxygen supply, being Atmanirbhar. Then there are states like Delhi, which says there is a shortage of ICU beds. Clearly, situation seems really bad for states to demand from the centre. Both states and centre will have to work in tandem to ensure they come out of the situation. Otherwise, it is the patients and their family members who are in the dire need of help. With camera person Sanjeev, this is Kamaljit Sandhu in Delhi for India Today.
As Gujarat continues to struggle with rising COVID cases and shortage of beds, Gujarat Deputy Chief Minister Nitin Patel has made a stunning admission on shortage of resources for COVID fight. Patel, who is also the health minister, said that the capacity of beds, hospitals, oxygen and other facilities for treatment is much lower than the required number. Patel has said the dedicated 1200-bed main hospital in Asavra Civic Campus is now full to its capacity and there is no vacancy there till some beds are vacated by recovered patients. The health minister's admission is coming at a time when Gujarat witnesses a surge of 10,000 infections.
કે મેડિસિટીની બધી જ પથારીઓ 1200 પથારીઓ છે એ 1200 પથારીઓ અત્યારે ભરેલી છે. એક પણ દર્દી નવા દાખલ કરી શકાય એવી સ્થિતિ નહોતી, પરંતુ અમે ઝડપ કરી જે પ્રમાણે દર્દીઓનો ધસારો ચાલે છે એની જો હું આપને માહિતી આપું તો આપને ખ્યાલ આવી શકે કે કેટલું ગંભીર પ્રકારનું અત્યારે આરોગ્ય વિભાગની કામગીરી ઉપર બોજો આવ્યો છે. 399 દર્દીઓ 24 કલાકની અંદર આપણે 1200 બેડની કેમ્પસમાં દાખલ કર્યા છે.
As India continues to battle the second wave, COVID heroes continue to inspire us. A doctor from Gujarat rejoined work after cremating his own mother. Take a look at this report that is coming in.
Doctors, healthcare workers have been tirelessly fighting the killer virus since the pandemic began over a year ago. Never-ending work hours, distanced from family and friends, donning PPE kits all day long and exposing themselves to the risk of getting infected. They have been the real superheroes in this pandemic. Dr. Rahul Parmar from Vadodara in Gujarat lost his mother, who passed away from age-related ailments on Thursday. Dr. Parmar finished the cremation rituals and rushed back to join duty on Friday.
मैं 1 साल से डेड बॉडी डिस्पोजल टीम में काम कर रहा हूँ. थोड़े दिन पहले मेरी माँ का देहांत हो गया था, तो वहाँ पे भी मैं कंटिन्यूसली यहाँ का जो काम देखते हुए वो भी काम कर रहा था. तो मेरे फैमिली ने मुझे पूरा सपोर्ट दिया है कि अपनी माता जी के देहांत के बाद अभी अपना जो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट सेवा डॉक्टर की सेवा धर्म है कि मरीजों की सेवा करना, उसके लिए मैं यहाँ पे ड्यूटी ज्वाइन कर लिया है. वहाँ पे फैमिली जो भी रिचुअल्स है वहाँ पे मेरे भाई और पेरेंट्स कर रहे हैं और मैं यहाँ पे लोगों की सेवा कर रहा हूँ.
He had the tough task of coordinating and handing over bodies of COVID-19 victims to their families, and he has been doing it for more than a year now. He himself was infected last year while on duty, but he rejoined work as soon as he tested negative. COVID warriors like Dr. Parmar prove that not all heroes wear capes. Some fight the enemy in PPE kits. Bureau Report, India Today.
The COVID crisis in Maharashtra continues to deepen and deepen. It has recorded 68,631 cases in 24 hours itself, with 503 deaths, the highest single-day spike since the beginning of the pandemic. Mumbai alone has reported 8,479 fresh COVID cases with 53 deaths all in a day's time. And these are recorded figures we're talking about, viewers. There could be many more unrecorded figures as well. Pune remains to be the worst hit district with 12,707 new coronavirus cases and 116 deaths in 24 hours itself, followed by Nagpur with 7,107 cases and 85 deaths. COVID surge is coming at a time when Maharashtra government relentlessly is claiming time and again that vaccine and essential medicines there is a shortage and making appeals to the centre. And there is no end to the COVID surge, even in the southern states. Tamil Nadu has reported 10,723 new COVID cases in 24 hours. Karnataka reported 19,067 new cases and 81 deaths on Sunday. Kerala has reported 18,257 new cases with 25 deaths in a single day. The Tamil Nadu government on Sunday announced new restrictions in the wake of the rising number of COVID cases. Beginning tomorrow, Tamil Nadu will once again see night curfew between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. every day. Emergency services are going to be allowed during this curfew. Essential services like milk and newspaper deliveries, hospitals, diagnostic centers, pharmacies, ambulances and vehicles transporting petrol, diesel, LPG are going to be exempt from the night curfew restrictions. Cinema theatres, commercial establishments and all shops should remain closed during the Sunday lockdown across the state. Time for our special COVID segment now. Good, bad and ugly. Here's a complete report.
Here is the good news of the day. The Prime Minister has indicated that the rest of the Kumbh Mela celebrations can be symbolic. He has in fact said that 2 snans or Shahi Bath has now taken place and the rest of the celebrations can be symbolic. Is this a message from the Prime Minister to wrap up the celebrations early, which were due to be wrapped up by the 30th of April? And is this then going to go a long way in sending a message to the Uttarakhand government to then wrap up the celebrations? Here is the bad news of the day. India has now detected various samples of the double mutant virus. What is of concern is that the WHO said that nobody really knows the kind of impact the double mutating variant can cause, vis-a-vis causing more infections or increasing the severity of the infection. What we also don't know is whether the vaccines work against the double mutant variant. It's been seen in at least 10 Indian states and more. Outside of India, it's been seen in a handful of countries. Here is the ugly news of the day. The total number of deaths in India is only going up, and a study by the Indian Task Force has suggested that perhaps by the first week of June, India will be seeing more than 2,300 deaths due to COVID-19 every single day. What's also worrying is that the figures this task force has indicated will go up even further. There are states now like UP, Gujarat and also Maharashtra, apart from Chhattisgarh, that are not just reporting a big surge in cases, but also a rather big jump in the fatality rate. And this is of concern even as the recoveries now continue to reduce in terms of the percentage, falling below the 90% mark in India.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.